body camera video has been released in Sonya Massy's final moments before she was fatally shot by a deputy. Sonya Massy, a 36-year-old woman, died on July the 6th after an encounter with deputies from the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office at her home in Springfield, Illinois. Authorities released this body camera footage on Monday of Sonya Massy's final moments, just before she was fatally shot by law enforcement at her home in Springfield, Illinois. Massy, a 36-year-old woman, was killed on July the 6th after she called the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office because she was afraid that there might be a prowler outside her home, according to an attorney for her family and the Illinois State Police. Former Sangamon County Deputy Sean Grayson is accused of shooting Massy in her face after him and another deputy were dispatched to her home shortly before 1 a.m. in the morning. Grayson has since been indicted on charges of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. And this is all stated by the Sangamon County State's Attorney, John Miser. Grayson pled not guilty last week, according to his lawyer, Dan Foltz, who declined to comment after he seen the body camera footage. In the footage, Grayson and a second deputy can be seen knocking on Massy's door a few times until Massy opened her front door. And Massy replied, "Please do not hurt me," to Officer Grayson. Officer Grayson replied, "Why would I hurt you? You called us." The deputies then tell Massy they checked the area around her house and didn't see anybody, and then asked if she needs help with anything else. Grayson also asked Massy if she's doing okay mentally, which the 36-year-old woman replied, yes. And she also stated, "I love y'all and thank y'all." But as Massy began to close her front door, the deputies asked her if a black SUV in her driveway with a smashed window was hers, and she replied no, and that someone had brought it there. The deputies then go into Massy's house, where they ask her for her name so they can get out of her hair. Massy then moves to her stove, where she picks up a pot from a burner. The situation escalates when she moves the pot from the stove. And as she's moving it, she says, "Where you going?" Officer Grayson replied, "Away from your hot, steaming water." And Massy responded, "I rebuke you. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Massy does not approach the deputies with the pot and just stays in her kitchen. Because, need I mind you, they're in her living room. It's a small house. The living room and the kitchen are very close. So, like I said, Massy says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." But she doesn't approach the deputies with the pot. She just stays in her kitchen. And Grayson says, "You better effing not. I swear to God, I'll effing shoot you in your face. I'll effing shoot you in your effing face." And then he pulls out his gun. And Massy says, "Okay, I'm sorry," as she ducks. The second deputy also pulls out his gun. And you can hear him say, "Drop the effing pot." And you can hear Grayson scream. 3 gunshots are heard as Grayson continues to yell at Massy to drop the pot. Massy cannot be seen from behind the kitchen counter, but video from Grayson's body camera shows that Massy had let go of the pot when she ducked. The deputies call for emergency personnel. The second deputy is heard saying he's going to get his medical kit. But Grayson replied, "Nah, headshot, dude. She's done." Grayson says, "She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot." "Yeah, I'm not taking effing boiling hot water to the effing head," he continues. "Hey, look, it effing came right to our feet, too. He then goes to get his medical kit, saying, I mean, there's not much we can do. We could at least try to stop the blood, the second deputy replied. He then goes into the kitchen, finds a towel, and holds it to Massy, and the video is blurred out. But a large pool of blood can still be seen near her head, and she can be heard gasping. When Grayson makes his way back into the home, he asks another deputy who has just entered the scene, is there anything we can do for her? The deputy responds, no. Grayson says, all right, I'm not even going to waste my medical stuff then. The deputy asks Grayson, where's the gun? And Grayson replied, no, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water. When Grayson leaves the house, a member of law enforcement standing outside asked him if he's okay. He replied, yeah, I'm good. This effing bitch is crazy. He responded and walks to his vehicle shortly afterwards. The second deputy stays with Massy, holding the towel to her head until medical help arrives. Grayson is not seen trying to aid Massy at all. Massy was taken to a hospital where she was declared deceased, according to the state police. A use of force review conducted by state police found that while Grayson did not attempt to de-escalate the encounter, he was justified in pointing his service weapon at Massy to get her to comply. But it found the shooting was not justified because Grayson advanced toward Massy and put himself in a position where he could have been injured. The Sangamon County State Attorney said in an earlier statement that a review of the state police investigation included body camera footage, but it does not support a finding that Deputy Sean Grayson was justified in his use of deadly force. In a statement posted on Monday to Facebook, Campbell said Massy is dead because of an unjustifiable and reckless decision made by Grayson. Grayson had other options available that he should have used, Campbell said. His actions were inexcusable and do not reflect the values or training of our office. He will now face judgment by the criminal justice system and will never again work in law enforcement. That's terrible, people. Even President Joe Biden had to chime in on it, and he was saying Massy should still be alive and that he was heartbroken for Massy's children and her family. And people, this is terrible to the highest degree, and I will actually have the link to the video in the description because you have to see this to make you say wow. And even just the way his whole arrogance when it came to this woman, because all she said was, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And sometimes we wonder why citizens act the way they act toward law enforcement, because of these kind of acts like this. When they see this, it makes people have this disdain for law enforcement, because that was definitely outright uncalled for. And it's no way you could justify it. There's nothing you could say. And he really should be prosecuted to the highest level of the law. And people, just let me know your comments after you go in the description and watch the video on Twitter and let me know what you think about it. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley and Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star child, I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
Never seen the moon glow like
hey yo,
this.
I never
Never seen the waterfalls like this.
I never